So as a lot of people know, I love bow hunting and I love chasing whitetails, but not just whitetails in general, but specific whitetails, you know, finding a deer, hunting that specific deer down and killing him. And I do that by trying to approach the actual primary bedding that specific buck is actually using. It is the 19th. Hey. So now I've got 2 trail cameras ready to go to the woods. I am going to put mock scrapes in front of both of these cameras. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily put both cameras on the same spot. Probably put one in the spot that I really want to put it. And I'm going to put a mock scrape with a rake. I'm going to come back to that in a few weeks and put some deer attractant in the scrape, and then also form a lot better licking branch. I don't have any deer attractant right now, so I kind of can't. Like I said, I'm just looking for this one particular deer, and if there's something bigger in the area, cool. But I would like to see this deer because he was a really wide buck, not super tall tines, probably in that 140 range, and I did let the deer walk at, you know, 24, 25 yards. So looking forward to seeing what this deer turned into. He could just grow really good tine length and be in that 160, 170 range very quickly. So let's go hang a camera. So I got my binos, a couple bottles of water, the cameras, and here's a really good tip for people that are looking to possibly look for a stand location whenever they go do this, is take your rangefinder so that you know when you set that stand, like, man, that's a pretty hard transition over there. Oh, that's like way past what I want to be shooting. So may help you pick a little bit better tree to help, you know, be able to put you in a better position to be able to harvest an animal. Put on your seeing glasses. Another really good tip, but I don't got mine here, they're in my storage unit, is to take your beast sticks with you, or your muddy sticks, or whatever sticks you have. Take 1 or 2 of them and elevate those trail cameras a little bit. Especially, this is public land that I'm going to, so you know, a lot of people are going to be walking through there. They got a better chance of stealing your stuff, so you put those things a little bit higher, and that will deter people from stealing your stuff. Hey sis, what are we going to tie these trail cameras to a tree with? Woo! Woo! Sorry about that, guys. I lost my cool. Yeah, tracks everywhere through here. And this was all underwater not very long ago. I'm actually, you can see it gets real thick right here. This is actually the transition to the swamp, and if you look at the ground, it is it's very moist. The water was up in here just a few days ago. So, and then you look right here, you can actually see a trail going right through there. Pretty heavy tracks, not crazy heavy, but there's also a trail here that goes out through there. This is actually this is the only high spot here on this pinch point. You've got a real hard transition line of pine right over there, and then there's a little high point right here. You got some real wet, creaky areas, but those deer come off the edge of this transition here, right on this little high point, and they're going to cross right through here. There's another track right there. So I mean, there's a lot of tracks here on this little high spot, which is what I want to see. You know, if this ends up being a place I shoot a doe, cool. But did see that big buck here, October 14th last year, I believe. 2 big bucks. The one will be 5, the one will be 4. To be honest, I'd have a real big issue not shooting that 8-point if they'd ever walk by me again. Still got a lot of dry land right up here, but this is they preferred to run the hard side of this transition. And Sissy right here is actually on the main trail where they're crossing from the dry land, coming into the transition of the swamp right here. If this video is shaky, I'm sorry, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Here's the transition that Sissy was on here. You can see, you know, really heavy tracks right through here, and then, you know, really not a big track, but oh, there's some big tracks right up here. Here's where we're crossing the dry land over. So again, same thing as they was doing last year. And they're actually coming right through here and crossing right up there by that tree. Plus you can see really heavy tracks coming right through here and then crossing. I can't tell you 100% right off the bat. You know, I don't see any distinctive really big buck tracks, but like I said, there's the high ground there. The transition is just right there. There's pine right there. So these deer actually are not coming. If you can see, there's no tracks up through here. They may be crossing further up, but they really want to stick tight to the transition of this swamp. And that's what they was doing last year. And yes, I'm walking deer trails right now, but it's July. It's not a whole lot slick. I want to show you this other spot where they were crossing. Actually crossing right back here. I'm just looking for big tracks. And this is actually when the two big bucks came. This is the one that they used here. They used the one as tight to the swamp as possible. They came around the point of this, and I was actually sitting just right over there. So this camera will probably go right over here. I'm gonna put a mock scrape right up here, just kind of rake one out. Try to tie up a licking branch if I can, and get this camera in here. Right now I don't really see anything. There's a pretty hard trail coming out right here. I hunted right down here last year and got smelled a bunch. I really wish that I could have known what I know now. I'll probably be more up on this high stuff, and that's like, this is where this rangefinder comes into play. Like, I'm looking at trees right here. You know, this will clear out quite a bit. I need to find a tree that's alive, and I need to find a tree that is gonna have decent back cover early season. These deer was doing the same thing last year, so it makes me feel comfortable enough to know that I could probably set a stand in here and be able to come in here early season, maybe shoot a doe. If I'm getting pictures of the buck, possibly come in here and hunt the buck, depending on what he is. I'm not saying that I want to hunt the biggest rack buck in the woods, but primarily I'm going to hunt the biggest rack buck that I know of and give myself an opportunity at him. I don't think these trails are going to change. Like I said, they were the exact same as last year. First time I've been in here since last year, I walked straight to them. I'm probably 100 yards off the road. That's roadside bedding. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the primary topic of this video is roadside bedding. Like I said, as you can see, this is the high ground here. You get your swamp. They're still around the hard transition of that swamp, and they do that all the way down. Right there. Big oak right there. And then white oak right there. White oak right there. There's the camera. Trail right here. Trail right here. Trail right there. Scrape. Crossing. Swamp. Pines. See, ooh, there's a big track. Big track. Big track. Yeah, and it may be the better play to set just off of that, hoping this tree's gonna be hot. But I also don't want to do like this bigger stuff. If you look off over here, you got a lot of big stuff. Well, the deer actually have browsed this area completely clean last year, so new growth is coming up, which means that this tree was hot last year. Meh. I never hunted over here. I did hunt quite a ways over there, not too far though. I'm not a big like permanent stand guy. Like, I have a bunch of them, but like I just left them in the woods. Like, I pretty much just do hang and hunt stuff now. But with this being just a really natural funnel and a really natural pinch point. Where's your rangefinder, sis? I could see myself putting a permanent stand here, but the problem is I don't know if somebody could see it from the road. Only 26 yards from that. We got deer poop. Not fresh deer poop though. Sister. Sissy, come. Yeah, that's just what I'm worried about right here, is there's just falls right here a little bit. So I just want to try to avoid, you know, terrain features like that. Especially if I'm hunting in close proximity to the crossings. And you guys see this little creek here. That creek runs all the way down to where the camera's at, where the crossing is. You know, this creek would be a really good way to enter it at some point, but I would have to come in here and trim the whole creek all the way down and then hop out of it and get in my stand. Crossing right here, right out to hunt the hunters. You know, there's lots of hunters, especially around that beginning of November, when everybody in the world thinks that as long as they're in the woods in November, they're going to kill a big buck. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was super fun. If you guys can, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more info. I'm going to be throwing out hunting stuff, woodworking stuff, archery stuff, anything in particular that you want, just let me know and I will get that content out for you as soon as possible. Always remember, guys, God bless and have just a fantastic day. And remember that God loves you so much. Have a good day. Ooh, big buck.